powerful endorsement of the fact that the president is still the regional kingpin of Mount Kenya. As somebody has pointed out to me, the fact that yesterday was a Nyumba Kumi meeting because it had members from the 10 counties that represent the Mount Kenya region, and it was interesting. The plan of that meeting was for 5,000 delegates to come and listen to the president, stakeholders and leaders. Then they would go and disseminate the information machinani. But we ended up having over 20,000 people who showed up yesterday in that meeting, until the president himself was in shock because he's never really had a meeting that size. So the first thing is to appreciate the fact that people still want to listen to him, people are seeking him for direction. The second thing is that the president spoke very, very candidly. He explained his position on very many things. He explained his position on the lies that have been peddled in the region. He came out with evidence about numbers. One of the most important numbers that we saw yesterday is that he inherited a 5 trillion economy and he's handing over a 13 trillion economy. That's a very powerful number. Because within that economy, you are now able to see all the things we're talking about, whether it's infrastructure, whether it is money to the elderly, whether it is hospitals, whether it is schools, whether it is the devolution, the power of devolution. All that, we see it in that story of the 5 trillion to 13 trillion. The other thing he did very, very strongly was speak politics. He has been very reluctant to speak politics over the last 1.5 years. Yesterday he spoke politics. He debunked very many lies. One lie he debunked is a notion that Tanga supporters have been going around saying that no work has been done in this term and a lot of work was done in the first term. He gave figures to show that a lot more work has been done in this second term than was done in the first term. Whether it is in infrastructure, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in schools, whether it is in the whole idea of how devolution is working. The second lie he debunked is the issue of the fallout between him and the deputy president. He was categorical. His fallout is because he realized that the deputy president is selfish. He realized that the deputy president doesn't have the interest of the country at heart. And he gave an example of 2017, when we were in the middle of a civil strife following an election results, and he felt very strongly that he needed to do everything he could to secure the interest of every Kenyan, while the deputy president was adamant that since we have government, we need to take a hard position and we need to deal with the people who are refusing to listen to us. He said, and his argument was very simple: I am protected, the deputy president is protected, the leadership we have in the country is protected, but the ordinary Kenyans who have voted for us are not protected, and if this civil strife continues, they will lose their property and their livelihoods. So he made a decision to protect the interest of the ordinary Kenyans, even as he diluted, or it was perceived to dilute his own authority as a president. The third lie he debunked was the issue of the handshake.